Welcome back, wonderful people. How are you doing? Okay, you just watched a clip from a popular man of God by name Dr. Paul Enenche. He is as big as some of the major pastors you know around Nigeria. And what we are talking about in this video is not new to you. It is not new that many pastors, especially the major ones, have openly condemned Pastor Prophet T.B Joshua. They have been hating on him with one reason or the other. In fact, recently a prophetess made a video when the news broke newly that Prophet T.B Joshua has passed on. She made a video talking about the man of God, and after that she came again with another video telling us that some leaders of the church had called her to go and remove the video she made. Of course, she was saying some good stuff about the pastor, and she said that she was never going to remove that video, come what may. So that brings me to the question, what is it that this prophet of God have done to some of these men of God, in quotes, that they be hating so much even unto death? Guys, let me not waste time. Let's quickly go into the video where I'm going to read to you word to word the piece or the article that this man of God, Dr. Enenche, released in favor of Pastor TB, Prophet TB Joshua. In quotes, he said, if this man of God is evil, then I like his evil. Guys, let me read to you. I love the evil of Prophet TB Joshua. As we bury TB Joshua today, we must not bury some of the Christ-like virtues that made him outstanding. I kept thinking throughout the night, was this how Jesus came, performed miracles, fed the poor, healed the sick, and did other good works, but the people despised, hated, and killed him? I am not equating any man to Jesus, but T.B Joshua demonstrated more Christ-like virtues than many, in quotes, God's chief registrars, chief of staffs to Jesus, assistant God, deputy God, parading our pulpits today as masters of the universe. This one touched me. They told us how evil he was, but were silent on his matrimonial success. He had just one wife, and they were married for 13 years. This is Christ-like. They told us how evil he was, but were silent when he fed the poor, built hospitals and schools, responded to humanitarian needs on our streets. This is Christ-like. They told us how evil, in quotes, he was, but kept mute on his humility to board the same coastal bus with his team to go for outreaches. This is Christ-like, because even Jesus Christ boarded the same boat with his disciples. They told us how evil he was, but kept silent when he brought peace to South Sudan. He was a peacemaker. Blessed are the peacemakers. This is Christ-like. Not until his death did I know his wife and even children, because he never projected his family. His life and preachings projected Christ more than anything else. He was Christ-like more than many of his critics whose followers know the man of God, unquote, more than they know the God of men. Whose followers know their Father in the Lord than they know Christ. People of the world, please show me one T.B Joshua's enemy. Then the same people calling him fake have fellow brethren they call enemies. The same people calling him fake prophets have fellow genuine pastors that they are not in talking terms with. The same people calling him evil have fellow Christians they wish death upon. Between these people and T.B Joshua, who is more like Christ? That's the question. If Prophet T.B Joshua was evil and he healed the sick in the name of Jesus, fed the poor, built hospitals, schools, and houses for the needy, brought peace to nations of the earth, then I like his kind of evil, unquote. Rest in peace, Prophet T.B Joshua. Enenche, Abuja, Nigeria, signed on the 9th of July 2021. Guys, I read, and I guess you heard what the man of God said. In case you don't know, he is a pastor of Dunamis Church. Now, this is what the man of God has put out there to his fellow men of God, in quotes, that are criticizing this general of God, even unto death. What is his crime, guys? What is the bone of contention? The major bone of contention here is that he doesn't have a father in the Lord, like what people call Godfather. He doesn't have a mentor. He doesn't have a man of God who he submits to, or who he pays tithe to, or who impacted on him. He doesn't belong to the body of the Christian. He doesn't belong to the Christian body called Khan, and all of that, yada yada yada, here and there. I mean, what's that for? When has that become the yardstick of measuring a true prophet of God or a true man of God? Like, just like he keeps thinking, I keep thinking, because I kept asking myself, wait, these people now that believe that they have this body calm, they have man of God that they submit and all of that, before now, where was the body of, where was the body called Khan? Where were the men, the pioneers of this Christianity that we are making all of this noise about today? Who was the man of God or men of God that they were submitting to, or that they submitted to? Like, even in the example of Christ, who is this example we're supposed to be emulating? Who was, apart from God in heaven, that we know he prays to his Father, he does everything according to the will of the Father? Who was that man of God on earth that Jesus was submitting to, like that even impacted Jesus? I don't get the whole feud. I don't get what this is all about. Like, you do things and you even overdo the people that brought the Christianity. When, oh God, see guys, yeah, like, if you ask me, there are a lot of these people that are making this noise that do not even, I'm not judging anybody, I'm not saying, but like, they have not represented 1/3 of what Christ stood for when he was here on earth. Then measure it with what the man of God that just passed on has done. I mean, his life for me represented Christ in all angles. Like, every angle that Jesus practicalized Christianity for us when he was here on earth, this man of God has demonstrated that before passing on. Is it when it comes to feeding people? He served God, which is the number one purpose for every man here on earth. He served humanity. He healed the sick. He fed the poor. On every side, he demonstrated Christianity. How can one open his or her mouth and call such a person a false prophet or a fake man of God just because there was no mentor, in quotes, that he was submitting to? What happens to personal revelation with God? Like, are you telling me God cannot impact God cannot show himself to a man, an individual, and back you up with his power? Because once he says the thing, and that is it. What about Paul? Who did Paul submitted to before he became? Paul is one of the most powerful apostles in the Bible. Who did Paul submit to? Paul was just there persecuting the Christians until God met him on the way, and that was just it. Why would people so much hold on to some doctrines or some kind of belief that they refuse to see the truth? I mean, there's a saying in my language that I mean, the bracelets you're wearing on your wrist, do you need a mirror to see it? No. How can somebody see all of these things? Like, today the world is celebrating this man. He is being celebrated. I have not seen in the whole of the 5 days, or today is the 6th day, I have not seen anyone who has come to give a negative testimony about this man of God. Yet some pastors have still not come to terms that, okay, this was really a son of God. This was a man of God. They are still hating. When you seek something that is good, you call it bad. I mean, just like Dr. Paul Enenche has said, if his own kind of good doings is what people call evil, then I like such evil. Anyway, guys, I don't know what your take is on this. If you don't mind, you can engage me on the comment section and let's discuss this and let me know your thoughts on this. Yeah, until I see you in my next video, please stay safe and bye-bye.